In one of the other videos that we were talking about, I was suggesting that everybody needs to make a print, and ideally they need to make a big print. So you can make a really big print using, actually there's this great little online app, well, it's called the Rasterbator. And it is it's just, I don't even know, some guy in Europe has done this thing where you can upload a photograph and it will turn it into a whole bunch of dots like this, and you can print it basically as big as you want. This one is 4 by 4 feet, 47 or something like that, 36 I think, pages of 8.5 by 11 paper printed off your laser printer. So you can make a big print using really, really, really plain Jane items. I mean, 50 sheets of paper, 2 tablespoons of flour, a cup of water, and something hard, and you're good to go. Nice big print. If you look online for instructions on how to make wheat paste, for the love of God, do not use one where they start with the water that's boiling, because you end up making, well, you end up making like cereal. It ends up being all gloopy and useless. So the technique that I find that works the best is you end up with a nice smooth paste. You start with a cup of water, you put in 2 tablespoons or so of flour, ideally with a whisk. I used a wooden spoon because I didn't have a whisk around. Whisk heartily to make sure that everything is mixed and there's no lumps. Bring it to the boil and it'll thicken, and then you want to let it cool. And the one trick is that you don't want to let it cool uncovered, because it will end up with a really thick skin that will end up being all gloopy, and that's no fun. Then you apply with a 4-inch horsehair brush or something like that. And the trick is really, more than anything, is you got to move quickly, and you have to make sure that you have all your sheets trimmed properly and in the right order. And the app that I was telling you about actually gives you a little number at the bottom, which is kind of nice to keep track of where they are. And don't forget to put wheat paste on top as well as underneath, so that your paper doesn't buckle too much. And then that's pretty much it. It's actually surprisingly simple, and it's also really quite effective. I find it to be, I'm always delighted when I see a photograph printed big, but 48 by 48 inches is usually a whole lot bigger than mine get to be printed, mainly because it's way too expensive to print them unless, of course, you use a laser printer and a little ingenuity. So there we are. There's Megan, looking fantastic. This technology is not for people who care about the sharpness of their lenses. This technology is about making an impact. So making big prints and making them only visible from a long way away. If you get up close to this, it offers no value whatsoever. It's all just a bunch of dots. Big dots, too. But seen from 30 feet, it's a portrait. So, so this is about as low tech as you can get. I mean, ironically, actually, this photograph was taken on large format film, and then scanned, and then uploaded, and then half-toned, and then stuck to a piece of wood with some glue. And it's worked out rather well, I think.